so controversial.
Why? You should be in
You just need to
prison.
shake him.
You should be in prison. We build you out. We build you out to come and play this season. You're out here disgracing us. You should be in prison. You facing charges.
Hello, people, and welcome back to another episode of the Final Third European REARview show. A lot of people say we operate on too much African time, and so we're here, nice and
On time,
ready, on time, ready and waiting for you. I'm your host today, Banks, joined by my faithful co-host, Lavish, or Oluwashemi Lore, or Shemi, Kante's cousin, whichever one you want to call him today. How you feeling, my brother? Sources are telling me that you're going to be in the barbers this weekend getting ready for bank holiday.
you don't have any. Firstly, you don't have any sources.
I got sources. You know I got sources.
You don't have one source.
Is it true then? Is it true? Are we gonna see you with a new trim for the Sunday episode? That's an easy way to disprove me. If you don't have if you want to have a fresh trim on Sunday, then you can tell me I'm a liar. There we go. He's unable to answer. He doesn't want to incriminate himself.
People are here to talk about football.
What are you getting up to this weekend? What are you getting up to?
What am I on to this weekend? Our agenda is in the final.
Agenda final. You like the final. Make sure you pull up to Agenda's final. Give them the details. Let them know where they can find Lavish kicking ball.
I don't know. I can't remember the place, but yeah, we're in the final.
Make sure you find out by the end of the episode. We're plugging that.
Cool, no problem. We're in the final.
Nelson getting assists in European semi-finals. Yeah, I think Feyenoord beat Marseille 3-2 in the end in that UEFA Conference League semi-final. Big up Nelson, man. Doing a little thing over there. Fair enough. Go out there, get experience, get a minute.
Homesdale Football Club, 7 Oakley, Bromley.
Do it properly. Give it some pizzazz. Let the people know.
Right, cool. Queen Mary Cup, man. Homesdale Football Club in Bromley. Yes, you're gonna see. My team obviously made a couple appearances. Agenda FC versus I think it's Farnborough. Yeah, Farnborough. Yeah, Farnborough.
Farnborough. You're going up against OFP. You're facing OFP. Farm blocks.
I said Farnborough, not Farnborough.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
Cool. But yes, looking forward to it this Saturday. We're going to be down there.
Yeah, Nathan, you're gonna do a little Holland trip. What else are you gonna do in Holland? We see you, Nathan. We see
you shining over there.
Shining.
I'm just getting. Don't worry. I'm just getting the thingy out there. Just getting people to jump in the stream.
Is Shem's left back on the bench? What position do you play for Agenda? Let them know.
Left wing back.
Left wing back. He's left wing back on the bench. Get right, Nathan.
Yeah, right.
Left wing back on the. Get right.
Left wing back on the bench.
Let's get into it, man. Let's get into it. So somebody's telling me that you're going to be at recess this weekend. Are you able to confirm that, Shem?
No, I'm not going to be at recess.
Okay, so you can confirm that one, but you can't confirm the trim.
No, what are you asking me? What are you asking me now? What are you asking me?
I'm just trying to ascertain the facts about what you're doing this weekend, because the people want to see you out there, Lavish. They want to see you enjoying life. They don't call you Lavish for no reason.
If you want to see me enjoying life, I'll add you. I'll ask for a separate link. I'll add you to my private story. You get full exclusive content to Lavish lifestyle.
Get the close friends, yeah.
Get the close friends. I'll add you to my private story. You get exclusive content to Lavish lifestyle.
Shem's gonna be at Faded and Lux. We're gonna be at Lux. Shem's gonna be inviting all the girls to come play.
So once we win the cup, we're taking the cup. We're taking the cup to Hyatt. We're taking the cup. We're taking the trophy to Hyatt. I'm not bantering.
Taking it to Hyatt.
Well, we're taking the trophy from Bromley. We're going to Hyatt after. So join us at Hyatt.
I'm buying bottles for you, look.
Join us at Hyatt.
You look, bring that trophy home. I'm pulling up with bottles.
Just on bottles. Bottles on bottles.
Bottles on bottles. Pulling up with bottles. All right, man. We've talked enough about Lavish's weekend. He's going to tell us about the rest of it towards the end of the show. Let's get into some UEFA Champions League football. He's going to tell us about it. Don't worry, man. I see you. We're going to get into some UEFA Champions League football. Whew. Manchester City versus Real Madrid. Sometimes we just have to appreciate the pinnacle of footballing ability on show. Like, not even the match, just sometimes just appreciate the footballing ability. Like, we pick out some of the individual moments in that match, and you just think, oh man, how did Real Madrid come away with that match without getting spanked? That's what I want to know.
I just first and foremost.
Sorry, Mr. Austin. This is the European REARview show. We're not talking about domestic. We're not talking about domestic matches.
You come back on Sunday for that.
Come back on Sunday.
Come back on Sunday for that.
Be respectful. Talking about the peak of
get,
the peak.
Get that comment off. Get that comment off.
For me to talk about Rashford and Alanga. Be respectful. This is for the peak of the peak.
How did they not get spanked? I don't have the answer to that question, and I don't want to be as cliche by saying it's just Real Madrid, it's heritage, this is what they do.
No, be fair. Sometimes that's
no,
right
because
answer.
because it's so blasé. But and even though it's the right answer, it's got to be more than that. Because why did Real Madrid can go 3-0 down, or like Real Madrid go 5-0 down in a Champions League tie? They'll finish that tie 5-3, and everyone's smiling. Like Real Madrid will be smiling. We'll see the second leg.
Everyone's smiling and saying we got something for them at the Bernabeu. Don't worry.
What
everyone's coming. They finished that tie 5-3. They're saying, "Don't worry, it's only half time in the tie."
The worst, I think, to get Real Madrid out of here, you need to have a 4-0 lead. I think 4-0 is the okay, yeah, cool. But 3-0, take it back to whether it's Bernabeu. If you're still playing another match, because what's going on, especially this season, and what everyone needs to remember is, out of all the Champions League squads we've seen, Real Madrid in. This is one of the worst ones. Obviously, last season was worse, but this is up there with what this squad shouldn't be anywhere. Like they're not in terms of like European standard compared to all the other teams in the world, especially the Cities and the Liverpools of this world who are equally there. Real Madrid shouldn't be where they are. This is a significant carry job by Benzema. Significant carry job.
Nathan said Real Madrid might aura their way to the final. Fam, the fact that Ancelotti can literally just be watching these guys.
Firstly, I don't like that. I don't like people slandering Ancelotti. It's not funny. It's funny, but it's not.
No, stop. We just have to be fair with what we're watching. We have to be fair with what we're watching because Real Madrid do not look at what they're doing tactically on the pitch. They get torn apart defensively, and then essentially the offensive tactic is literally give it to Benzema.
They didn't get torn apart defensively. They didn't get torn apart because when they play Valverde on the right. And they did that. What game was it? It was a PSG game where they literally doused anything that was coming on that side.
That was the PSG first leg. But that was literally the most defensive performance they could put in. Now they didn't.
So what is it now? Because they play defensively and they do a great job. You're complaining, and then they play offensively. They
didn't offer anything going the other way that match. Why can't there be a balance? How all the best teams have a balance of being good defensively.
All the best teams are not in the semi-final. All the best teams aren't where Real Madrid are. Why don't you play like them? He's got it right. People should not try and tell Ancelotti what to do.
In another world, Real Madrid are 4-0 down in that half time, and nobody can have any complaints. But
again, they're not. So it's like,
but they're not. That's it. But that's why we have to talk about that's why you're allowed to talk about Ancelotti, because how long are you gonna get away with that?
So hopefully we'll be able to.
What's going on there?
Shem, what are you watching? This is what I mean about the professionality at the final third is absolutely out the door.
Sorry about that. Just
we gotta get CJ in there. We gotta get CJ in there.
Sorry about that.
But Ancelotti, we have to look at it like he's genuinely out there watching Real Madrid get torn apart. And he's literally his facial expression doesn't change. There's no change in tactics.
So you're upset now that Ancelotti doesn't frown or shout?
No, I'm saying there's no reaction. There's no.
Stop being so simplistic. Stop being so simplistic.
It's not simplistic though, is it? It's not simplistic. It's literally he leaves them to sort it out themselves. But it's so reckless and so dangerous that it could have easily turned the other way if Foden has his shooting boots on. If Mahrez has his shooting boots on, that's 4-0 half time. Easy. No problem whatsoever. But again, we talk about the quality that they've got up front. Benzema and Vinicius, literally 2-3 moments of quality is what saved them in this tie. 2-3 moments of quality is what I say. Because Manchester City absolutely packed them in for the majority of that match. You cannot deny that. Man City packed them in for the majority of that time. But he's relying on Benzema and Vinicius to look after the attack.
We need to have a discussion on Vinicius. What was the
Oh
game
yeah,
where
you wanted to. You didn't want to buy the stocks when they were low
I'm not
last
discussing.
year.
I'm not. It's not about. It's not
You
about
didn't want to
stocks.
buy the stocks when they
I'm
were
not.
low
It's
last
not.
year.
It's not about stocks. I've just wanted to raise the point that people are so fickle in the sense that there was a time when Vinicius was a joke. But I'm seeing I'm seeing people have short-term memory and act like Vinicius was always like peak. So if certain Premier League teams were up to sign Vinicius 18 months ago, instead of who they actually signed, they'd be fuming. Do you get what I mean?
I hear you.
If there was like, for example, if you could have signed Vinicius instead of a Sancho, you lot would be fuming. Do you get what I mean? If you could have, I don't want to go as far back as Pepe because they're kind of two different timelines. But if you could fast forward Pepe to like last season, and you could Pepe of Lille you'd be fuming. Do you get what I mean? So there's a time where
I feel you, but this is, as you say, it's just microwave culture because it was literally just he must have been 18 at that point, 18, 19 at
and it's
most,
coming
a couple
like
years ago.
the first game I saw in Vinicius come to life. Liverpool.
Oh, the 3-1.
Yeah,
he's obviously made that jump, and there was obviously going to be like he's literally been thrown into the Real Madrid first team from like the age of 17. Like very few
it was a deep end. Yeah, it's sink or swim. And to be fair,
footballers
he
haven't
sang.
sorted out at 17. Very few footballers like even really have a clue what they do like he was getting thrown into El Clasicos at that age.
Yeah, but cameos though.
I remember, what was it, the 2019 El Clasico, 2018, 2019 El Clasico. I remember he was starting, and even like back then he was looking crazy back then because he was just making a wrong decision after wrong decision. Like he get into great positions, and everyone knows Vinicius back then. He could get into a great position and then just mess it up so calmly. But again, like he was young back then. He was young, and he still makes bad decisions now. But like he's getting the game together, and he's 21 at the end of the day, and he's already moving like this. Wait.
Hold
Nathan,
on.
be respectful. Man said I'm not gonna gas the homeless man name off for dusting a 37-year-old Fernandinho. He's a transition merchant. That's it. That's not fair, though, is it? It's not fair. It's not fair. He does. When you give him the space, he's gonna take it. But he's also jinked his way through tight spaces as well this season. Let's not act as if he hasn't got feet. He's got feet. Wait, man's got agenda against Ansu Fati. What's going on, Nathan? How you got agenda against these guys?
Sorry, I had to. Producer Chin messaged me saying the Wi-Fi was a bit sketchy, but now it's all smooth. It's all smooth now. Yeah. Just quickly to get through these comments. Nathan said, I wouldn't take Vinny over Saka. That's not what we're talking about. What does that have to do for the price of fish? Saka's one of the best youngsters in the world
Vinny over Saka?
No, I wouldn't.
Would you?
I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't take Vinny over Saka. I wouldn't take. Would you take Vinny over Sancho? Would you take Vinny over Sancho? Would you take Vinny over Sancho?
Yeah, I would.
Okay, no problem.
I would.
No problem.
I would.
Good. I'm happy you admitted it.
No problem.
I'm happy you admitted it.
So Vinny Fox.
The same way. Okay, so people will take that. I think everyone's saying basically they'll take. Okay, what would you take? Ansu Fati's not been around for a while, but.
Saka, you're just saying Saka all day. Just roll into the comments. Then roll into the comments. Just say, yeah, I'll take Saka all day.
No, most people would take Saka over Vinicius if we're being completely honest. But I'm happy for Vinicius. I think he, like you said, he's been thrown into the deep end at a time where they were trying to prove a point with Bale and the Hazards of this world. So there was space for him. And what's little man as well, Rodrigo.
Yeah, Rodrigo, he's a nice little baller.
Yeah,
again, I think he's like 19, 20 as well. Like,
yeah. Real Madrid said they're not missing out on the next Brazilian talent. They just said, anyone, if you're a hot prospect, we're gonna go get you. But
once you miss out on Neymar, it's gonna make you paranoid for life. Like, once you miss out on Neymar, you're paranoid for life. You're just saying, all of you not just come here. One of you's making it out of the hood.
One of you, one of you's gonna be
making out the hood.
Yeah.
One of you. Vinny will be suited to the Prem. He's an athlete. That Benzema performance is getting overrated. A goal off the post, which is off target. which is an off-target shot, and a penalty allow it. That's a crazy, crazy agenda because that was a brazy. Let's talk about that finish. That was a brazy finish. He had no right to score that. He had no right to score that.
Nathan is a hater.
Hater. He had no right to score that goal there. He had no right to score that
The
goal.
man said, and the penalty allow it. That penalty was top.
4-2 down. We remember he missed 2 penalties in his last match.
3 penalties in 4. Like, missed 3 penalties in the last 4 penalties.
Bro, to have the cojones to say, yo, I'm going down the middle and I'm Panenkering it. Do something if you want to, Edison. This is going here. Do something with it. And it came off. Again, as I said, Real Madrid didn't have the ball a lot and they didn't control the play. They didn't get into a lot of attacking positions. But even then, Benzema's still making his mark on the game. You can't, like, when it's not going for you in terms of having the ball and being able, and let's not act as if it was losing the ball every time. Real Madrid just didn't have the ball. But when it's not going for your team and it's not going, and you got a player that can still pull it out the bag for you. Like when it's not going for your team and you got a player that can pull out the bag for you. That's big. That's big. That's what you need.
I would say, okay, quickly. Sammy says, nah, Rodrigo ain't it, bro. And I'm a Madrid fan. Fair enough. Fair enough.
I think Rodrigo is weird because Vinicius has obviously got that left-hand side locked up. And Sammy, put into the comments if you think I'm correct here or if you think I'm wrong. This is just my thoughts on Rodrigo. I think Rodrigo's a nice, like, I feel like he's less of an explosive player like Vinicius is. He'd look better off the left because he'd be able to come in, and I think he's a better passer than Vinicius, a bit more creative. I think he's more of a number 10, but he's played on the right because that's the only place he can really play. And when you're going on the right as a right footer, especially as you're not the fastest, it's going to be a bit more difficult to shine. I feel like Rodrigo maybe needs to play a bit more centrally or to the left in order to really shine. But again, he's a young G. He's what? 19,
I think
20,
I think he needs to grow into he just needs to get bigger. Like bigger. He can't get physically taller and stuff, but like get more. Like when Saka, I draw Saka again, like he was a little bit boyish when he first came, and Rodrigo's been around a lot longer than Saka had when I'm comparing him to. But just get a bit more boisterous, a bit more manly with it, and it will work itself. But in technical aspects, Banks, you know a lot more of him, so I'm gonna lean on you for that, like what you said in terms of playing him centrally. There's more comments in here.
Nathan said, remember they signed Cinco. Hey, man said there's another one coming through. They are sick.
They're sick.
Benzema getting better with age, like fine wine.
I'll say this: if Lewandowski had the exact same performance, one would give.
Word to Kanye. I guess we'll never know.
Guess we'll never know.
Camavinga's
nice.
Champions League game with that sort of performance, and then we can talk. Ancelotti, it's enough.
Ancelotti, it's enough now because I'm gonna question why. Why he's not starting. I don't want to take it there. Ancelotti. I don't want to take it there, but
he is willing to take it there.
I don't want to take it there, Ancelotti. A couple more.
Like it's genuinely enough.
We don't know.
Casemiro's out. Casemiro's out, and you're playing Cruz.
And you're playing Cruz.
As a deep, like he was drowning in there. He can't move.
He ain't got the legs. He ain't got the legs.
At some point, you just gotta take off this. You gotta take off the safety net and just trust Camavinga because you're gonna lose this tie. You're gonna lose this tie playing guys like Cruz right now. He's gonna lose it for you. Sammy said Rodrigo is better off on the left. You're right, bro. And to be fair to him, it's hard for right footers to play right wing in modern football. Yeah, he's kind of being shoehorned into that right wing position. I think he looked better off the left, but again, Vinicius has got that space locked. The only other place I could really see him is like a 10.
Let's move into quickly. Let's give Man City their flowers because although Real Madrid came back to make it 4-3, Man City actually won the game, but everyone seems to forget Man City won the game. I feel
that's the aura of Real Madrid though, because it genuinely feels like
they've got serious main character syndrome. Serious main character.
Proper.
I don't know. I'm looking at it now and I'm thinking, you could tell Pep's anguish on the sidelines. He just knew Real Madrid is one of those teams like you don't stop until like they are pronounced dead, like until like time of death. Like you have to keep going. Like once you smell blood, you have to see the blood. It has to be filled once the pulse is done because 2-0 wasn't enough. I think Foden missed one. Foden missed one. Mahrez didn't miss. He should have squared it. Missed another one. And you're just looking. Pep is going crazy on the sides, and it's just like they get a goal out of nowhere. Pep's like, "Oh my gosh, it's happening."
You see Pep fall down to his knees.
I think secondly, I want to say something. I don't know if this is Pep's traditional over coaching, but was Stones injured?
Apparently was.
Okay,
if it was tactical,
okay,
that was crazy.
If it was tactical, I feel like that's poor. I think he was injured, yeah. Because if it was tactical, that is crazy to me. Putting Fernandinho on Vinicius. Fernandinho is probably the slowest player on the pitch in the Man City side against Vinicius, who's one of the fastest players in Real Madrid's team.
Yeah, no, I think that must have been desperation because, yeah, Fernandinho managed to get forward pretty well, but yeah,
he wasn't that. To be honest, to Fernandinho, he wasn't bad in the game. He wasn't bad.
It was just the spell in the second half. Like I think it must have been 5 minutes at most where
there was just targeting that right.
Yeah, when they got Vinicius the ball, it was food for him against Fernandinho every time. It was
KDB?
food every time.
KDB, let's talk.
KDB, good performance, still good performance. First with the goal, and then just the creativity in the final third.
Quiet in the second half.
Yeah,
absolute quiet.
First half, he created a couple chance. What was that? Oh, the part. Who was it to? I think it was Foden. It was the pass to Foden that he shot wide. Stupid pass. Stupid. And he just knows how to pull off that pass.
Yeah,
that little curve around the defender.
He's one of them players you get upset at yourself if you mistouch the ball because he does everything to get the ball to you.
Yeah, even Foden's touch took it too wide. If his touch is cleaner, he's got a nice track and goal. He doesn't miss that. But it took him a bit wide and he's leaning and it didn't execute as it should have. But yeah, KDB, especially first half. Second half, he got a bit gassed. I think that's been a little bit of a theme with him recently. Like second half, he's been a bit gassed and he's kind of faded out of the game.
He's 30, isn't he?
Yeah, 29, 30-ish. Sammy says our defenders get shook at the Etihad. Varane in 2020, Alaba and Militao yesterday. Yeah, them two were absolutely on edge.
Alaba got hooked. Alaba getting hooked. I've never seen that before.
Militao, every time Courtois gave him the ball, it was like it wasn't even it wasn't a hospital pass.
When I've seen Militao though, he's not like that jittery. He's actually not that jittery. So it's funny how Nacho, who's Mason's supposed to be filling in, was the most got brought in to basically level, like calm everybody down.
But Militao, that was Oh, Alaba got injured.
Oh, okay.
To be fair, he was coming in with a hamstring injury. I didn't know whether he aggravated it or not. But yeah, yeah, Militao was literally so spooky yesterday. Like literally every time he got given because Real Madrid play that sort of passing at the back where it's like you're literally going to concede a goal.
It's not fast enough.
It's literally like I don't get how they.
It's not slow. It's not slow. Don't get it twisted. It's not slow. But for English teams, I just don't think Liverpool would. In 2 legs, Liverpool will kill Real Madrid. In 2 legs, in the final, it's a final and it's Real Madrid. If in 2 legs, Liverpool will kill Real Madrid because they do these not hospital passes along the back, but it's like
it's scary. It's literally
scary because it's like the defender will have to Alaba will have to Cruyff turn and then he's out of the press. But it's like it's not always going to work.
Maybe as a United fan, I'm just not used to. I'm not used to seeing teams be so comfortable at the back without conceding chances. But when I literally look at Real Madrid playing, I'm like, there's no way they're not gonna close them down and win the ball back. But they make it out every time. Let me see some. Sammy agreeing Cruz is a problem. Yeah, it's not. There's no athleticism if you're playing him as the deepest midfielder. Like Camavinga just has to play. Modric got subbed before him. I never understand that.
Yeah, I still don't get it because Cruz ain't got the legs for this. But let's switch gears. We've got a couple more matches to go through, and we're running out of time.
Let me get a couple more of these comments.
All right, go ahead. Oh gosh.
Let's be real. If this was City in 17-18 or 18-19, Madrid would have held 6 or 7.
Not hearing it.
If some
Why?
buts, City
here's
played as
why.
well as they could have today. City
City
played
played.
as well as they could have.
City
In
played
terms
their
of
best.
aside from
Their
their
best.
finishing,
City played as well as they could have. It's not like they didn't create anything. They just missed, and you miss chances. You can't say those teams, yeah, might have been better, but City are still playing fantastic football. And you can't say that because Aguero still wouldn't have been here. Aguero is injured this time of the year. So what would have changed? They would have had. You can't say they have a striker up front because Aguero's never even fit. Like to back end of the season. So I'm not hearing it, Nathan. I'm not hearing it.
nah, that Mahrez miss, he should have squared it. It was mad. Yeah,
Yeah.
nah. You probably could have squared it, but it was a bit. It wasn't the easiest pass to make. But yeah, passes if he makes that pass across the box, easy tapping. All right, but let us switch gears. Final comment. We need to win the UCL in Paris and then take Mbappe away from them. Oh, that is slimy. That is slimy. Oh my god. That is slime. Ooh. Imagine they win the Champions League and they just parade Mbappe on the same night. This is Mbappe somewhere in the crowd and just a little one like that.
You know Perez is quite petty as well.
You'll do that. He'd do that. That's a that is butt nasty level. Hey, Sammy, I can't even believe you brought that up. Oh my god. If you lot managed to do that, yeah, props off to Perez. You made a nasty deal with the devil to be able to pull that.
Yeah, then it becomes like that'll become a full-on derby, like every time. That'll become a serious rivalry.
Yeah, you know, PSG will take that serious. PSG owners will take that serious. They take that to heart.
They don't like disrespect in it. That's right. That's why Neymar's
over
there.
Forgiving Barcelona.
Yeah, that's why. And all Barcelona did was just bid. Anyway,
I like a player because he can play for us. You signed a death threat, mate. You signed a death. It's me and you for life.
And now Barca got all of these man on billion clauses and billion. All of them have billion release clauses. Yeah, go on. Sorry,
they're never making that mistake again. Never. Let's as you say, let's change gears. Let's look at the other semi-final in the Champions League. Liverpool ended up beating Villarreal 2-0. Goals from Jordan Henderson and Sadio Mane. What did you think of the match? Did you think Emery went a bit too defensive? This is what you was expecting.
I was telling Tim this earlier. That's what I was expecting. Obviously, you're seeing reactions from the guy on TalkSport, but we'll talk about that a little bit later. It was what I was expecting because with Unai Emery, and Liverpool being the best side in Europe, or one of the best sides in Europe, what Emery will want to do is turn a two-legged tie into a one match. And you do that by just staying in the game, like making it 1-0, 0-0, or worst case scenario, 2-0. But 2-0 is a tall order against Liverpool, but at least you've got yours. You're going back to your sides. You're going back home. You're not playing your final leg at Anfield. So you're still within the game because so it kind of feels like a 1-0. So I think he'll be happy with that. It's just damage limitations when you're going to Anfield for the first leg. The aim is, like I said, just turn a two-legged tie into a one-legged tie. So you have to be defensive. And by any means, I think it's very interesting because name a side that won't struggle at Anfield on a European night in the semi-final. I feel like if you try to go toe-to-toe with Liverpool, there's no side that will win except for Man City. No side. If Real Madrid try it, they're out. Barca try it, out. Juve, out. Like all of these sides. So you have to park it. You have to be tighter. And the thing is, they were good in the first half, but they became unstuck in the second.
Man said Villarreal going home with pride. Yeah, man. Again, like as you say, you're completely correct, man. If Villarreal do anything other than sit back and kind of try ride the punches, go for the counter attacks, we've got to ban Miski.
We've got to ban Miski from the chat. She just comes, drops and leaves.
Like she works for the Athletic, fam, just trying to drop bombs. Like you work for the Athletic. Miski, if you don't go and get somewhere, Klopp sign a new contract until 2026. Ugh. You know, I literally saw that.
I was fuming. I
literally thought, yeah, no. Let me not even start. Let me get into some of these comments. Why did people expect Emery to get a result at Anfield? Man lost 5-1 and 4-1 back-to-back seasons there. Yeah, it's not his happiest hunting ground, but damn, guys can change, can't they?
People are
Villarreal's
insulting
keeper is
Rui.
shocking.
Yeah,
He just
Rui.
flaps at everything. Yeah, he just punched the silliest, like some just catch it. That's the thing with these Spanish keepers. They punch. They're taught to
Rui.
punch
I mean,
everything.
your
Like
level bad. Oh my god.
you can literally just catch that, bro. You can catch that. It's calm.
Yeah, that was
You can literally
dismal.
catch
You're
it.
seeing he's just come on, man.
Emery's hoping on Danjuma and Chukwueze to pull something out their backside. Yeah, man. Again,
Tall order though.
no, we can't act as if we're surprised about what Villarreal did because they did the same thing against Bayern Munich. They did the same thing
No, no,
against
no, no,
Bayern
no,
Munich.
no, 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 no. It wasn't this bad. It wasn't this bad. It wasn't this
Again,
bad because
again,
you can exploit Bayern's high line because only one of them is really blistering far, and that's Alfonso. How much can he really cover? But the whole of Liverpool's back line is competent in like running backwards.
all right, but that's cool. But at the same time, they literally had the one chance at the end of the match. And of course, they defended well to keep Bayern at bay, but they had the one counter attack at the end of the match to win the. It's not as if they were constantly exploiting Bayern. Like they did. If it went in terms of the defending, if they managed to keep a clean sheet against Liverpool, it would have been a very similar match to the Bayern Munich one. Just literally defend for your lives and hope for something. It's not exactly like brain science, or it's not neurology. It's like literally just defend for your lives and hope for the best, because the quality difference between Villarreal and Liverpool is like is vast. It's vast. So you're not gonna go toe to toe with them. Miski said Talksport calling Villarreal as a disgrace was harsh. These have just got no sort
I
of.
feel like first and foremost, we have to be able to. Everybody needs to understand that what Talksport do is just clickbait. That's poor journalism, poor football analysis, and I feel like as a football fan, for him to say what he said was just trying to just get bites out of everybody. It's obviously was trying to get bites out of everyone. It didn't make any sense. So he started by saying, "It's a disgrace. UEFA would be ashamed," and I feel like that was clickbait because should the FA be ashamed of some of the dismal Premier League matches we've seen? What did they tell us the biggest match in the Premier League is? Man United versus Liverpool. Sorry, you had to catch a stray, man. Why they talk about 54? But yeah, why they say fuck TI? Why talk about 54? Yeah, but Man United versus Liverpool, biggest match in England. That was a disgrace by what Man United put up. But you wouldn't say the FA would be ashamed. There's been several games in which we witness in the Premier League that are poor levels. Certain FA Cup games are so poor. FA Cup finals are poor sometimes. What's he talking about? That this is one of the most. And secondly, how was it? Villarreal beat Juventus, beat Bayern Munich, and they're coming to the hardest place in European football, more or less, to play a semi-final. What did you expect them to do, bro? Generally, what did you expect them to do? And they lost 2-0. He acted like they lost 6-0 and they tried to park the bus. Like, what was he said? Oh, and he compared the match to Real Madrid versus City. That's lazy. That's lazy. And I feel like he knows better. I don't know the dude's name. Hold on. But yeah, I feel like he knows better. Go off. Let me find his name.
In this time, make sure you like the video. And if you're new here, a couple people in the video. If you're new here, make sure you're subscribing to the channel for more Final Third content. That's my plug. That's my middle of the show plug. Yeah, no, it's lazy. As you said, it's lazy, man. And it's just like, look at Villarreal, look at Liverpool. There's a quality difference. No matter which way you want to spin it, no matter which way you want to look at it, there's a quality difference. And at some point, you have to do something to make up for that quality difference. You go toe to toe with Liverpool, it's only going one way. Do you want it to go one way, or do you want to try keep the score down? Do you want to try do something to combat Liverpool? Emery done what he's done against bigger teams for a lot of his career, and he's made it very, very difficult for them. There's very few managers in cup competitions. Jason Cundy, like literally every time I see this guy, is literally just it's
rubbish. That's his name. It's Jason. I can't remember his yeah.
But Emery in cup competitions has made a living out of making it difficult for bigger teams and doing what they need to do to get through. Doing what you need to do to get through is a skill in itself. Winning is winning.
I don't know where we've seen anybody. Sevilla win Europa back to back. Never seen them get to the semi-final of a Champions League. Villarreal, Emery brings them their first like major silverware in like 30 years. Wins the Europa. Next season they go to Champions League semi-final. What are you talking about? What's disgrace?
It is what
When
it is.
Leicester won the league, was that a disgrace to the FA? Food for thought. Was that just was? But anyway, I just feel like he has no. Yeah, it's clickbait, innit? It's clickbait. And to be fair, TalkSport, that's what it's all about. Like, there's only a couple of them that I could listen to for just some insight.
Quickly, we'll move on to Europa. But before, I want to get some predictions for Champions League semi-finals. Which way do we think the Liverpool Villarreal tie is going to go?
I think they're gonna play 1-1 at Villarreal. I think it's gonna finish. So that's gonna be 3-1 in total. It's gonna finish 1-1.
And Manchester City, Real Madrid at the Bernabeu.
I need that Man City Liverpool. I just need the Man City Liverpool, if I'm being honest. Like, but Benzema's run his race. It's like I feel like you can't kill the man. He's run his race because for me, if Benzema getting that far and Real Madrid getting that far, if they go to the final, just win it. Then I'm on that vibe. But if they fall out here, it's been valiant, glorious failure. Well done.
He's got that Ballon d'Or locked in. He's got that Ballon d'Or locked in.
Nah, he hasn't. He
does.
It's politics. He's not going to win it.
Nah,
he's not going to win it.
It's too big. Even if he was banging in La Liga, but he wasn't banging in Champions League, maybe. But the fact that he's doing on the big, everyone's watching. You can't deny what's in front of our eyes.
This is a dangerous carry job. It's one of those carry jobs where you sell your soul for and then you're done at the end of the season. Like, you're literally done.
Everyone's wondering what the hell happened to Benzema next season. I gave everything last season. That was it.
Now we know why Miski doesn't take too long, because she makes outlandish comments like this.
Mane for Ballon d'Or. I thought it was Salah for Ballon d'Or at the beginning of the season. You lot switch sides. What happened?
Bro, you can't be Muslim and Christian, man. How many times I keep telling you this? One minute he's Muslim, the next minute he's Christian, man.
Brother. Everyone was trying Salah Ballon d'Or at the start of the season. Now we're all switching lanes to Mane. It's too late to get back on that train.
It's an AFCON. I've never seen them try to give a Ballon d'Or to someone because he's won an AFCON. But fair enough. Let's go Europa.
Oh, that song has got a ring to it, man. It's got a ring.
Enjoy it, man.
I will. Don't worry, we're gonna make it. I told you we're gonna make it a vibe. We're gonna go city hopping. Let's start at the London Stadium. West Ham fall into a 2-1 defeat to Eintracht Frankfurt. Did you manage to catch that game, or was you watching a different game?
I was watching another match.
Well, West Ham, Eintracht. First of all, Bowen is just a foot. Like Bowen,
I've been telling man,
but
He's a
baller still. He's a baller.
I've been telling man. When did I tell? I've been telling man. You lot made fun of me.
You ain't saying tell no one nothing.
Get Ricky in here. Get Ricky in the dance now. Get Ricky
one
in
word
the
about
dance
you
now.
you ain't never been in East End once. You ain't never been in East End once.
Now.
You ain't never been in East End once. We're not hearing.
1 second.
We're not hearing you. He's gonna bring out some bookie tweets.
No, carry on.
He's gonna bring out some Photoshop tweets. We ain't hearing it. But it's still a tight game for that one. I can't lie. The way West Ham pushed in the second half, I thought they would have got the goal, man. I thought they would have got the goal in that second half. It was, again, just a goal on the counter that killed them in the second half. And the goal, the two goals just came at terrible times for them. One goal, literally in the first minute, they recovered from, but then another goal on the break, and it's just, But the way Ben Rama came on, I had a dummy cameo. Oh my God. This guy was doing everything. I think he has to start the next game because he was just in a mood. He was in a mood when I think he's the type that takes it personally when he gets dropped, because he hasn't really been starting a lot of the big games for West Ham this season. And he came on and it looked like he had a point to prove. He came on playing like he had a point to prove. He came on and he was bringing the ball out the sky, taking on defenders, winning fouls, took a mad shot that went just wide of the post. And it was just, he looked as if he was in the mood, and he needs to play for the next leg, I think. He ain't got no Bowen tweets. Look at his face. He ain't got no Bowen tweets. He ain't got no Bowen. He said,
I'm gonna get some tape.
He searched his at the little scoundrel. He searched his at and he searched Bowen's name with it, thinking, yeah, I must have tweeted about Bowen once. Let me
Nah,
get
100% did.
Yeah, where's the tweets? Pull the tweets.
I did a clear out when I got that sky. I did a clear out.
Damn. Well, so what you must if you cleared that tweet out, what would you call it?
Nah, I cleared out bare.
Nah. It's not.
Nah, I wasn't cussing Bowen. You know when I knew Bowen was. You know when I knew Bowen was top.
The tape's not with you. The tape's not with you this time.
I'm gonna get some tape. I'm fuming. Let's come off this.
Before you could pull up some tweets, you are a sicko. You are absolutely sicko. West Ham's still very much in this time, but you could just even watching Frankfurt against Barcelona, them on the counter attack can be deadly. Don't pull that up. Don't pull that up.
This is what I'm saying. I was saying it in live out in the flesh on the radio. I was telling man about Bowen. They were like, he's like just Bowen's like, but I think these times Jota was even still at Wolves. Telling man about Bowen on balls. He could take you left foot, right. It could take it either way. I see. But yeah, let's quickly round up these Europa. Come on, man.
Leicester 1-1 against Roma. You know I'm repping a little.
Oh yeah. That's it. I think it was even an own goal. They conceded an own goal. Mancini.
I thought it was a Lookman goal. It was not a Lookman goal.
Yeah, that's an own goal. Yeah.
About to get some Lookman proper. But yeah, they got to take it back to Italy. I think Italy, Roma are gonna be the favourites for that one. Mm-hmm. Again, just gotta have multiple screens on next week. I was there locked into West Ham, but gotta have multiple screens up next week. See a couple Europa Conference League games. I gotta know what the competition's saying for next season.
Is it back to back? So is it going to be Champions League again this coming week? Like Tuesdays and Thursday. Yep. There's no break.
This is where it's tight. If you're involved in the Champions League and title race, you got Champions League semi-final. City have just played out the mad thing. Then you've got a match on the weekend and then semi-final again. This is where your squad comes in. This is where you got to rely on the squad.
A friend said they had to leave because host said he'll take Vinny over Sancho.
What's wrong with that tip?
I don't know. I'm just reading. I'm getting comments on my phone. But anyway,
pull up to the chat. Put in the chat.
There's one in the chat. There was
they had a high comment.
What was I going to say? Halfway through the Champions League match yesterday, just started frowning. Started frowning for 25 minutes because I was just like, why are we not here? But anyway, see you next season.
Say less. Madrid gonna go final and get washed. Hey man, what did Draymond say? Playoffs aren't for everybody. Playoffs ain't made for everybody. You get to the final. Real Madrid know what it's like to be in the final. They know
if I'm Real Madrid, I get to the final. I'm parking it. You're parking it. 71st minute. We're turning all the way up.
Literally, just take the beating for 70 minutes and then turn.
But it'll be Liverpool would absolutely love it if they beat Real Madrid just because of what happened. They experienced in that last time. Yeah, Salah will probably score as well, so they can't. I don't know, man. I'm just
last time.
Yeah, but yeah.
I mean, as I said, once you get to the final, it's a different. People melt on the them lights. They melt on the them lights. It's not the same, but. That has been the Final Third European REARview show brought to you by the Final Third. I'm your host today, Banks. Thank you for joining us. Joined by my faithful co-host, Lavish, Oluwashemi Lore, Shemi, Kante's cousin.
Kante's cousin, who had a fantastic game today, by the way, just saying.
You also lost the ball, giving Ronaldo the goal. Thank you. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you like the video. This has been the Final Third. Have a great evening from Banks and Kante's dispossessed cousin. Good night.
Allow it, man. Talking rubbish, man. How can you say something like that?
You are now listening to The Final Third.
I think Pepe's so coachable.
Well, you should be in
just need to shake him.
You should be in prison. We We bailed you out. We bailed you out to come and play this season. You're out here disgracing us. You should be in prison.